Hello, this is Jason Peoples coming to you on behalf of 4peopleschoice.com, where we believe that if we'll address the issues of the mind, the body, and the soul, it will allow us to make choices that will elevate us to heights unknown. As we can see, we are in some trying times right now, and I know that not too long ago there was a forum that was held in our capital about prison reform. But in the midst of this forum, there were no objectives put in place, no initiatives put in place, nothing dealing with recidivism, nothing dealing with over police neighborhood, nothing dealing with the disparaging levels at which there are unequal sentencing rates, over police neighborhoods, profiling. None of these things were addressed. So that lets us know that we must take things into our own hands to try to address these issues. And I believe that a lot of that can be done with proper education about selfhood, about actually dealing with the problems and not the symptoms. So I want to borrow a quote that I heard from Michael Imhotep that I believe sums up what I'm trying to talk to you about today. It says, right knowledge corrects wrong behavior. What you do for yourself, what you do to yourself, and what you allow other people to do to you over and over again is based upon what you think about yourself. What you think about yourself is based upon what you've been taught about yourself. What you've been taught about yourself is based on everything that you have read, heard, or seen about yourself. So when you can control a person's thoughts, then you can control the circumference of their actions. The mind can't do or teach what it does not know. And what I believe it does not know, or what we do not know as neighborhoods now, because we don't have communities, are the components of a community. You can see a number of other ethnicities create communities within themselves. A community has its own economy. A community has its own politics and voting basics. It has its own courts and police. It has its own print and elect media. It has its own schools and skills so that individuals don't necessarily have to leave their community to prosper, or if they do leave and want to go and get a higher education, they have somewhere to come back to. And this is what we're going to have to teach our young youth and young adults. And help them to understand that being pro-black does not mean that you're anti anything else. It means that we're taking care of ourselves just as others do. So what I'm coming to do is to create a vision that was given to me called Trip Out. And Trip Out stands for take responsibility immediately, please. Otherwise, undergo termination. We hear too much about black on black crime. Well, a lot of times it's because these individuals do not have a sense of selfhood, and they feel like they have to go and join gangs and join other groups to have some acknowledgement of themselves. We're starting to see more and more of the bullying and the individuals, young men and women, young boys and girls taking their lives. So this is a lack of selfhood. So what I'm wanting to do is to create a nonprofit that not only we can teach community building here locally, but also spread it across our nation so that we can have communities that are prospering, that are growing, and that you don't have to take a negative route to have a prosperous outcome. So I hope that you will join me and I can depend on you to help me along the way with Operation Trip Out. Please come and be a part, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you in advance.